will discipline these oppressive rulers.
You may be able to start a war, but you do not control how it ends. That's not a movie line. That's a direct warning to Donald Trump from the Speaker of Iran's parliament. And right now, tensions between Washington and Tehran are climbing fast. As the U.S. moves military forces toward the region and President Trump urges Iran to come to the table, Iran's leadership is pushing back hard. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, one of the most powerful political figures in Iran, sat down with CNN and delivered a message that was calm, calculated, and unmistakably threatening. Ghalibaf said Iran is not rejecting diplomacy, but it refuses negotiations under pressure. "We are ready for negotiations," he said, "but we do not believe this is the kind of dialogue the American president is seeking." His accusation was blunt. The United States, he said, destroyed diplomacy by force. According to Ghalibaf, Washington bombed the negotiating table just days before the next round of talks was supposed to happen. In other words, you don't negotiate with one hand while reaching for missiles with the other. Ghalibaf made one thing crystal clear: Iran will not talk unless there are real, tangible benefits for its people. As long as the economic interests of the Iranian people are not guaranteed, he said, there will be no negotiations. And then came the line that summed it all up: "We do not consider dictation to be negotiation." He warned that talks conducted under military threats don't lead to peace, they lead to explosions. Negotiations in the shadow of war, he said, only fuel tensions. And then a direct challenge to Trump himself. If Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, Ghalibaf said, he should distance himself from warmongers and advocates of surrender around him. This all comes after Trump warned that a massive armada is heading toward Iran, and that failure to return to nuclear talks could trigger a U.S. military operation, one he says would be far worse than anything before. That statement sent shockwaves through the region.
And by the way, there's another beautiful armada floating beautifully toward Iran right now. So we'll see. I hope they make a deal. I hope they make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time they'd have a country.
Iran's response was immediate. The Revolutionary Guard announced contingency plans for every enemy scenario. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said Iran's forces are on high alert, fingers on the trigger, ready to respond immediately and powerfully. Iran's embassy in the Netherlands echoed the same message. Tehran prefers diplomacy, but if attacked, it will defend itself like never before. All of this is happening while Iran faces internal economic turmoil, a collapsing currency, and widespread protests. Iranian officials claim foreign powers are exploiting that unrest and warn that any external attack would unite the country, not weaken it. So now the question isn't just whether war is possible, it's whether either side knows how to stop it once it starts. Because as Iran just reminded the world, starting a war is one thing, controlling how it ends is something else entirely.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.